pondering this shit before I got back. I don't want y'all to get me mixed up. Like you know what I'm saying? Doesn't make me not be what I say I am. Doesn't make me not be love my brother or my sister or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Now I definitely don't have. I'm not. I'm not definitely not feeling the white man at all. Oh, hell no. The other nations that's our enemy, no. No. Anything that God hates, I hate it. Anything that God hates, I hate it. In the Bible, the God said that he hates the nation of Edom, but he loves Jacob. Right? Didn't he say that in the Bible? All right. Now, I'm like this here. It may sound like a twist to this here and a plot, but it's not. But I'm the type of person, I give you the same energy that you give me. I give you the same energy you give me. If you don't, if you showing a resentment for no reason, I'm like, hey, what's up, brother, what's up, sister, or something like that. I get it that we supposed to you know what I mean. There's no but in something like that. He said love the brethren, but nothing like that. You know, I don't want to put no but in there. It just seems like, and I pay attention to words. It's like there's a time and a place for everything. And Ecclesiastes chapter 3 clearly tells you there's a time and a place for everything, right? He clearly tells you this. Okay. When he say there's a time and a time to love and a time to hate, he's telling us it's time for us to grow up and stop loving the other nations and start loving each other. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like, it's nothing wrong with showing love and stuff like that. But at the same time, he said, don't show yourself. Don't just sit up there and be ignorant. Now, don't be stupid with it. You can be stupid with anything. Be wise about it and don't be foolish behind it. Show love, but don't be foolish at the same time. Because there's a boundary. What he said in the Bible, a false boundary is an abomination to the Lord, but just like a child. If your child do something right, you're gonna reward your child. You're gonna reward your child, right? Any parent in their right mind, if your child do right by you and do what you say do, you're gonna reward them. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Anybody that, if your child listen to you, we know that naturally you're gonna reward them. If they don't, what you gonna do? You gonna discipline them. Sometimes you're gonna discipline your kids with a rod, right? Ain't that what you gonna do? You ain't gonna sit up there and give them no sweet lollipops and all that. So I'm saying that's the level that I'm speaking on. Sometimes there'd be a time you got to show some tough love sometimes. Sometimes you got to show a balance. In other words, I don't think you should just go around like, there's gonna be some time you're gonna have to be, when you meet head on with a spirit or a demon, sometimes you gotta show a serious, you gotta be serious. You can't walk in that, you can't do that. Because if you look at Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, if you look at David, for example, in 1 Chronicles, how he slew an Egyptian. He slew an Egyptian. He went out in a snowy day. It was snowing. And he went out and he slew an Egyptian with his own spear. He killed the Egyptian. David. It was David. There were times he didn't go out there. He wasn't showing no sweet lollipops. When you think about a spear, right? When you think about a spear, You don't think of somebody throwing a spear that you ain't thinking about. That's something to go to war. We all know that's clearly something that you use to go to war with. It didn't say he went out there and he went out there and he was giving hugs and kisses, because if you look in First Chronicles chapter 12, you will see Benjamin, which were the so-called Jamaicans and stuff that Benjamin and Gad and all of them. You look at Benjamin and Gad, which would be the so-called Native Americans. You look at them in chapter 12, First Chronicles chapter 12, the Bible said they was mighty in the war. They were men helpers of the war. They all helped pitch it. They was at war. They went to war. And he said they was able to use both the bow and arrow, use the right hand and the left hand with a hurling stone. He said they was able to use it. Even Saul's brother of Benjamin, Aiezer, Joash, the son of Gibeatir. I think I can almost say him because I've been looking at it and going over if you look right there in First Chronicles 12, you'll see where those people were people of war. They wasn't smiling. You'll see where they say they were men helpers of the war. It didn't say they didn't go in, they were sweet and was smiling. If you look at our forefathers from Abraham, Isaac through Jacob, the lineage of Jacob, those people were serious. Those people got down. When it came down to war, they got down. They wasn't no punks like the so-called white man is teaching our people to be today. Sometimes when you dealing with certain people in your community, you can't go around with a smile smiling on your face all the time. You can't do that all the time. It's okay to do it sometime, to be, in spite of what people are doing. You just can't. Let me just brush it off, because the Bible tells you there's a time and a place for everything. So I try not to go around here. I don't want to. I do my best, man. I try to live to the best of my ability. I ain't gonna even lie. Sometimes it can be overbearing sometimes, but I do it, And then I say, well, you said in 4:13, I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. So when you speak to people, or you're like, hey, what's up? And they look at you crazy like they wanna like what you gonna do? You gonna do something, or you're like, damn, what the fuck? So it can be overbearing sometimes, but I say, well, okay, let me just keep walking. You know what I'm saying? What would y'all do if y'all in a situation like that? If you challenge with, every day you wake up, you challenge with spirits. You know what I'm saying? So what I do, I try to do my best and live by the Bible. You know what I'm saying? I do my best and live by the Bible. By the grace of God, I do my best to live by the Bible to the best of my ability. You see what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And it's like, what I really want to say is, yeah, would that make sense for you to continue to help somebody that's shitting on you? Think about that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just using these things as an example, because the reason I'm mentioning it, I'm not throwing shades at no one. Don't get me wrong. I'm not throwing shades. I'm just, these thoughts just went in my head, and I'm sitting up there and I was just thinking about it. Like, okay, what should you do if somebody call you up and tell you they need some help, or they low on. Look at that grade, man. That grade y'all came a long ways, man. These apartments been here for decades, bro. Since I was like 15, 13, 11, and 12. Like 12 and 14, man. But anyway, I'll show y'all all of it. But, yeah. But y'all get where I'm coming from? It's like, and they ask you for something, and then they turn around. And I'm just saying, let's say they shit on you. Like, damn, This is the thanks I get. You know, you see that? And all these ways come from the so-called white man, Esau. And it's crazy how our people are more willing to listen to Esau, help the enemy, love the enemy, break our necks speaking to the so-called white man, all of them, those so-called white people in general. Well, when it comes to each other, we shit on each other, man. And we have been conditioned, that's slave syndrome. We have been in a situation to where they started getting attached to their abusers. You know how them kidnappers do? The people that kidnap the people that are victims, and they get to the point to where they start treating their kidnappers with a lot of love and reverence and respect. You see what I'm saying? They develop a bond with the same ones that took them and took them off and kidnapped them. You see what I'm saying? And that's one of the most sickest things you ever want to think of. How a person that kills you, you still run and try to love the same person that this enemy that takes a gun and shoot you or shoot your child or your son or your daughter in the head, and then turn around and you still say, oh, well, we got to love them anyway. You, as a victim, learning to love your abusers. That's what it is, loving your abusers, even though they're doing these things to you. That's Stockholm slave syndrome. That's what it is, slave syndrome. And that's the way a lot of our people do. Love the very ones that hate you. I'm not doing that. You love the very people that spit in your damn face. Just like you see a funeral going on here, and you see a lot of our people. They got one so-called black woman is right in the midst with these so-called white, just trying to feel empathy for these people of their loved ones and stuff. Oh no, my bad. That's a little young teenager. But anyway, I ain't meant to. I thought she was like a grown woman, but they got a white, so-called white people. They lost their loved ones over there. You see what I'm saying? And they got, obviously, she being trained and taught is to have love for the very people she being trained, even though she don't. Hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, even though she probably not aware, I'm not gonna hold that to him. I'm not gonna beat down up on the young lady. I thought she was an older woman, but she looked like she must have been she was in that funeral with the white people, so-called white people. And I'm gonna say about 11. I'm gonna say about at least 11 or 12. I thought the person was younger, but the point I'm making is I'm not gonna hold it too much against that person, against the sister, because maybe she don't know and she's young coming up in this thing. So I'm not gonna just beat them too hard. You see what I'm saying? I'll give you a perfect example. See these little young brothers coming here? A sister's one. You can speak to them. And that's something that we don't have in the African American community. We look at each other crazy, and it's just overbearing sometimes, you know. Yeah, we don't even. Yeah, we don't do that. You know, it's crazy, and we in our enemy's neighborhood, bro. Look at here. I'm not trying to be on no weird type junk, man, but I'm just trying to make an example. You know, and whoever, that's the little sister that was in the crowd back there, her parents belongs to, the so-called, I'm pretty sure her parents is a so-called black man, and her mother's a so-called black woman. I know. You see what I'm saying? So whenever you go down with them, You can tell we right there. We feeling sorry for them. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to like throw shades, like I said. I'm just telling the truth because I was once there. You see what I'm saying? So I got to learn to be patient to some degree and realize that and give people, not give them, not give them the benefit of the doubt and work with them and realize, okay, well maybe some people just don't know. You see what I'm saying? Because I didn't know. So I can't go around here and just criticize all of my brothers and Native American brothers and sisters. I'm not trying to do that. So I don't want people to think I'm on no weird type junk. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You see what I'm saying? Because what's that scripture? It's a scripture in the Bible. I'm gonna look it up. It says we were all at one time, at one point, disobedient, foolish, and didn't know. We was all at one point in our life. We was foolish, unlearned. So I was there. So I can't just. I don't want to sound like I'm throwing shades. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't want to sound like I'm throwing shades in that. But y'all get the point of what I'm. Sometimes you got to show it. What I'm doing that I'm talking to is because I'm trying to show a balance between the way I'm thinking and stuff like that. And you know, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I be like, well, hell, they not speaking to me. I'm not. Fuck it. I'm not gonna even speak to them. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel that way because I be so overwhelmed. Sometimes, and you know. Some people may call and say, well, maybe you letting things get to you. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, have you ever felt that you have love for them? But it's like, I ain't gonna go out like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not showing, I'm gonna be, they not being nice to me, then I'm not gonna be nice to them. And I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I feel like that sometimes. Sometimes I do feel like that, and I yielded to that. Like, man, hell no. Because if you go around being too nice, people will slap the hell over you. If you go around being real nice all the time, man, people will run and slap the hell over you. It doesn't mean I don't have love for my brothers and my sisters or nothing like that. It doesn't mean that they don't have. Sometimes, like, if you come to my house, like, I'm gonna do all the good in the world for that person, for my brother, my sister. But if you coming to me in peace, I'm gonna come to you in peace. You know, if you come to me with a threat, then I'm gonna come to you with one. Then I'm gonna protect myself. I'm not gonna sit there and let nobody like, oh, I'm a Christian. Let them do what they want to do. Or he a child of God. I can use that to my advantage. This and that and the third. No. If you did that to them Israelites in the Bible, the Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers during biblical time, they put your ass to flight. They didn't play. Shit, our forefathers didn't play. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they wasn't no cowards, man. But the Christian church is not telling our people that. Look how good the so-called white folks are living in their hood. Just look at their hood. Look at that. A sidewalk all the way around like a circle in front of their house. Mm-hmm. So I'll be back, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I mean, give me y'all comments in the comment section.